this is Kathy Huston, and I'm here with George Ludwig, who just presented the session, 8 Proven Ways to Grow Your Business. George, you talked about how all businesses should develop their I Have a Dream vision. Can you explain that a little bit?
Absolutely. What I meant by that was that what I've noticed, what I've observed, is that businesses that are succeeding at the highest level in these economic times are where the leaders were visionary enough to come forward and state what their dream was for their company, how they were impacting the customer, how they were changing lives, why they were doing it, why it was so important to the mission of their company. There was a special place to be, and this kind of why and this kind of dream sparked emotional commitment in employees that you can't get from simply offering them a paycheck or a place to work.
Right, and you were saying the employee culture is just as important as your customer culture. So that's why you have to get them fired up as well, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and you also said the only person who embraces change is a baby with a wet diaper, and everybody laughed. But on a serious note, why is it important for businesses to always be changing?
I think, the only thing constant today is change. And, so many people are afraid of change, and that, change becomes frightening for a lot of companies and a lot of people, particularly when there's economic uncertainty. But the companies that seem to be thriving, it's where the leader and the sales and marketing people said, you know what, change is coming at us. We're going to embrace it. We're going to learn what we have to do to be able to get through this change. And that by doing that, we're going to grow in the process. We're going to become better suited to handle our customers, serve our customers, and ultimately we're going to win in the long run by embracing change, even though it sometimes represents adversity and challenge.
Okay, and the final question is, what's the number one thing that separates the truly great salespeople from the mediocre?
I think the primary thing that I've noticed is that the top performer, the sales superstar, the Jedi master, if you will, takes 100% responsibility for their results and for their income. At the end of the day, if they win or lose, the buck stops on their desk. The average seller or the mediocre seller tends to fall in one of 3 traps. They either blame their boss, blame the economy, blame their coworkers, the product mix, President Obama. They get into the blame game. Or they justify. They come up with some reason why they're not performing at a high level. Maybe it's, they're devoting more time to their family or some aspect like that. Or ultimately, they just complain all the time. They have a negative attitude, and that impacts their performance. So the average performer, mediocre performer, they don't take 100% responsibility for the results. They shuffle it off, whereas the top producer takes 100% responsibility.
Okay, thanks, George. You gave us a lot of great tips today. You're watching ASI TV.